So today is another day of motorhoming. So what are we going to do today? Well, you'll see here in a couple seconds. Roll it! Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rob. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, we would really appreciate it. And also, if you like the video, give it a like, but don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know about the videos coming up when you sign back into YouTube. All right. So anyway, this video is a DIY. I put a new radio in and from the original radio, and that information is on a video that we're going to show you here in just a moment. But the new radio is actually way better than originally what we had. So anyway, first thing you want to do is make sure you take your cables off your battery. Well, guess what? When you're in a motorhome, everything's attached with your house batteries. So a little difficult, excuse me. But one thing I would have to say, the easiest way of doing this is pull out your fuses. And you'll see the fuse box here on our motorhome. If you don't do this, you may fry your radio, or a possibility, you may end up looking like this. Anyway, take all precautions. All right, let's check it out. So here's my radio that I'm installing here in my 2012 Thor Hurricane 32A. And here was the radio that was installed in the 2012 Thor Hurricane 32A. And it was a Jensen VR209 TP with Sirius setup, auxiliary, and you can see right here it had the camera set up. As you would see on the back that I flip it over, there's the 3 camera leads. That is your back camera, your left and right cameras of the side of your motorhome. Now, we're going here to look at the one that I did purchase, and it was the Jensen CMR682. Okay, and if you look at this icon, I'll bring it down here, and you look at that icon, that is your rear camera setup. Well, for me to view all those camera, I had to buy a different unit to make that all mesh up. Okay. First off, I want to mention, I did purchase a Car 1000 Jensen, as you see here. I turned around and purchased that, and it was a bad head unit. So I decided to go with this unit, a Jensen, that was only costing me $110. That's it, folks, $110. So, of course, I have it out still, because first off, you have to test it to make sure that it's going to work before you put it back into the motorhome. That's for sure, or you got to do it all over again. Now, the system that I turned around and purchased to make all the cameras work in this unit was the Voyager CSW3. And it gives you full directions how to set it up completely, but I'll explain a little bit how I did that. Now, you saw the 3 leads that came out of the old camera system of the old Jensen. This is where it is right here regarding coming out of the motorhome and connected to the Voyager system. Here's my 3 right here, camera setups. This is the Voyager box, as you can see here. Okay, we'll turn it around here so you can see the Voyager Switcher. And since it's a multi-control unit, this box switches all your cameras when you use your left turn signal, your right turn signal, and it automatically does your rear camera. Now, right now, these 3 leads are your triggers to trigger the cameras. Now, coming from the box, what I had to do here is I had to reverse these 2 right here, the brown and the blue. I had to reverse them because they were different versus the other radio. It was kind of odd, but I made it work and it was good to go. Then you're going to run the power lines, the power, the red and the black, all the way up into the back of the ACC power, and of course your ground that you see here. Now, I got the heat shrink, can never pronounce it right, heat shrink, okay, connectors. And that's what I did here, is to connect all the red wires together, all the grounds together down here. This orange wire is the illumination wire. The illumination wire is the one that keeps the lights on the radio. Now, the yellow is your continuous 12-volt power that goes through the motorhome to your radio. Now, this is always going to stay on because all the batteries are connected together. So when they say take off your negative, your battery before you start, you really can't do that, because the reason is it's connected to the motorhome house batteries. So the best way is, as you would see here, is the fuse box in front of the cab, and I turned around and took out two fuses, a 5 amp and a 10 amp, to take all the power out of all the lines that connect to the radio. Then I can connect the radio safely and get everything up and going. Now you see down here, you'll see these are the speaker wires, and I use butt connectors on that. Now I have a micro bypass on this, and you can see these are not finished up yet because I'm doing testing. And this is where you can be able, while you're standing still, and be able, when you're traveling down the road, that you can play some video files for the passenger, not the driver. Remember that, the passenger. Okay, so anyway, it's very simple setup, and you can look back here that this, you only plug in one wire to the rear camera, the yellow RCA, and then you have a 12-volt trigger wire that comes out of the harness of the Jensen that connects to the Voyager box. So all that makes it work. It's very simple. The Voyager box costs around $100. That's it, just $100. So you can turn around and have any type of system you want whatsoever. It does not matter, and you can connect this Voyager system and it will work. Now let me show you. We'll turn on the radio here, and you can see right now that you can go to the front and you'll see where you have radio, you can have your Bluetooth, your phone, everything. You can have USB, SD card, auxiliary. Now this little button, let me go back, so it went back to Bluetooth, is right here, what I showed you on the directions. Now I hit it, and it's rear camera. As you can see the back of my motorhome, and that's the rear camera. So if you have a toad that you're towing, or any trailer, you'll be able to see it while you're going down the road. This will always stay on until you hit this button to go out. If you want to continue, you got to go back to that. So when you're traveling down the road, you definitely want it on, not looking at your radio all the time. So when you're traveling, you can check your toad out. Now, I will turn my ignition on to auxiliary and hit the left turn signal if I'm going to turn around and switch lanes. You'll automatically see that it works. And that is my slide that's sticking out here at the campground. And that's the left turn signal. When you go back, it'll automatically go back within a second, back to the rear. Now you go to the right, you'll see the right camera show, and it works just like that. Then you turn around and go back into the center, travel down the road, and you're back looking at your toad or your trailer. It's a very good setup, and it'll always be on constantly. This is unbelievable for $110 for this radio. I mean, you can't go wrong for having the Bluetooth. You don't really need CarPlay because you're going to use a separate, usually an RV GPS, like a 780 from Garmin or an 890, realistically, because that's going to be a better GPS than what CarPlay offers. Mind the aircraft. I'm at an Air Force base, so you're going to get them. I apologize for that. But anyway, besides that, that's pretty much how this radio is set up inside this motorhome. Plus, you get yourself a little remote control, and it works great. I hope you enjoyed this video of the radio install that we did here on our motorhome. Please give us a like, we hope, and if you have any comments, put them down below. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit that notification bell so you know about new videos. And you'll see more that we put out because we'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. And we'll see you on the road.